it's just a system that's that diverse. Like no matter what you want to do, I think if you've got rock walls, you've got the reed edges up the Snowy, you've got the flats down the front if you want to do some surface stuff, I'd say, yeah, it's a good place.
Definitely Marlow. Probably one of the most productive systems I've fished. Definitely, by far.
My favourite estuary system would be the Gippsland Lakes, predominantly because I've fished it more so than anywhere else.
I'd have to say Lake Tyers for mine. I really like the fact that it's nice and close to home, so you don't have to go on too big a road trip, but it's also a really good fishery.
A bit of Snowy River up at Marlow. Great system.
Have to be Malakuta, without a doubt. My favourite system in Victoria.
My favourite Victorian estuary system, well, I'm working with the New South Wales government at the moment to move Narooma closer to Victoria. So I'd love to say that, but we haven't quite finished the details. I'd have to say that Gippsland Lakes.
Bem River, definitely. Mitch introduced me to that place quite a few years ago now, and I reckon it'd still have to be number one for me.
Black bream and perch probably. Been targeting them for a long time, and yeah, I just love them. They're awesome.
I'd say bream, just because of the finesse involved in getting them, depending on what time of year obviously, but saying that, it's pretty hard to beat the sight of a big lizard coming up, a big flatty. So yeah, it'd be a toss up between the two, but yeah, either I guess.
The original plan was bream, but having encountered a few estuary perch along the way, I'd have to say there's not too many estuary fish that pull harder than that.
Bream and perch. Can't pick out of two.
I love targeting flathead. One, because they are fairly easy to catch on lures, but as far as dinner, there's nothing wrong with knocking a few on the head.
Big flathead. Bigger the better.
Probably a little bit different to most. I love nothing better than getting up in the morning and pumping my own bass yabbies and then going out and using the bait you've caught in the morning to catch fish.
I reckon chucking soft plastics around snags with bream is one of my favourites, definitely.
Or being old school, bait. Sandworm, gill prawn, spider crab, all those things.
Definitely have to be plastics.
Preferably soft plastics, but use hard bodies as well.
Soft plastics. I can't nut hard bodies, it does my head in. I've been trying hard and got a few fish, but nah, soft plastics is my go-to.
Surface without a doubt. I think it's the most visually exciting way of doing it. It is a bit hard, especially if you've been fishing plastics before, trying to tone it back and not strike, but no, it's definitely a good way to get them.
Chucking lures, whether it be plastics or hard bodies, but yeah, surface lures is definitely the best, but as long as I'm throwing lures at snags, it's fine.
The atomic pearl white grub wriggler tail.
80mm bloodworm wriggler in the plastics, closely followed by the 100mm bloodworm wriggler, and in the hard bodies, probably Norrie's laydown minnow. There's a specific colour, orange belly with a black back. It's the one you can never get. Surprise, surprise.
Hard-bodied, I'd be using the vibes. I like this up there in the Snowy. I like the devilfish vibes. Soft plastics would be 100mm bloodworm wriggler.
A Bass Day 70mm sugar pen for the surface stuff, and if we're doing plastics, it's hard to go past an 80mm bloodworm wriggler.
I'd have to say a squidgy fish, the little paddle tail. Love the action. I reckon it works fantastic in an estuary, and I've been very successful on them.
Favourite lure? Oh, there's a lot. Probably a mega bass live X smolt, Ido shrimp. That colour is up there, and also the Norrie's laydown minnows. Get your hands on them. Yeah, they're awesome.
Well, I really like using the blades, the vibes. So the Instinct Twitch blades have been good to me lately, so that'd have to be one of my favourites. And in terms of soft plastics, can't go past the squidgy wriggler.
My favourite lure, if I was using a soft plastic, especially for flatties, I'd probably say the DOA 3-inch prawn works really well.
probably a Dial Steez 2508, matched with a Brimbuster XF Classic. And yeah, depending on the situation, yeah, braid from anywhere from 4 to 10 pound.
I'd have to say Shimano NexSave 702. Love my little Stratic FJ with 6 pound braid.
I use the Raider, the Shimano Raider lure project rods with a Sustain FG, the 2500, with the with 4 pound YGK braid.
A gear of choice. I've got a Wilson Blade and Tails 1 to 3 kilo, which is quite a nice rod, easy to flick hard bodies and work the edges. And as far as a reel goes, well, I just upgraded to a nice little Ranium 1000 with 4 pound YGK braid on it. It's a nice outfit.
I like the NexSave 702 spin outfit, graphite rod, and probably just a 2,500 NexSave reel.
T-curve 1 to 3 with a Renium 1000.
Samurai 101 matched up with a Renium 1000. Nice, lightweight and pretty versatile.
But definitely, something I always remember is the first estuary perch. Had a good session with Mitch and Adam from the shop at Bem River. And that was a pretty cool session.
The Deweys we got at Nelson would have to be right at the very top. But believe it or not, most memorable catch, I didn't even get it. I remember witnessing Mitch's first 50 centimetre perch, and that was epic to say the least.
Most memorable catch. One of my, or I have to be probably my Mulloway I put out a paddo. It was my first Dewey. Spent 8 months trying to catch one, and then finally catch one. It was awesome. I still remember it to this day.
8.5 pound dusky flathead out of Malakita.
Can't say it made it to the boat, but my most memorable hookup, we'll go with, was actually Lake Tyres a couple of years ago, where I did get my PB flathead. Unfortunately, the net man was a little bit too slow. We weren't fishing for flathead, we were fishing for brim, but I did hook one that looked everything of the metre sort of size. No doubt it was probably from 80 centimetres to a metre, and on 5 pound leader shook its head on the surface and swam away with my lure. So, but good to see a fish like that.
It was definitely a 4.5 pound brim out of the snowy down near the mouth.
My most memorable estuary catch wouldn't be quality, it would be quantity. Back in the very early days, before you were probably born, or most people were born, we used to go on the Bulls cruises and catch seriously 500 brim in a session. Can't do that anymore.
Probably 81 centimetre flathead that we tinned off the first cast of the trip.
Well, I've worked with you guys for probably, 5-6 years. I really don't trust any of you. You're all a pack of thieves.
I don't have as many lures as most of the guys in the shop, so I'd feel pretty safe with any of them. They'd have to watch me around theirs.
You want to see my lure box? I've planted Mr. Twisters along all the top, so anyone thinks I've just got Mr. Twisters. They still make Mr. Twisters? I'd like to see the boys knock them off.
Everyone. With the amount of practical jokes that go on in here, it's pretty hard.
My lure collection is actually quite extensive, so I'd say every staff member can't be trusted around my lures. With particular mention to Mitch.
I'm sure my name's been dropped here a few times because I do steal lures from Trav, Jared, Mitch, Adam. Yeah, probably me. Are they going to see this?
All of them. All of them. Leave them around for 10 minutes and someone's poking their nose in it, but I'd have to say Jez.
I know the answer's already Jared. I've got to think of a reason why, but mate, I'll buy him lunch. I do everything for him. He might as well just take my gear. But he's got everything else in mind, so why not?
Oh, I've had the pleasure of fishing with Luke McCredden a fair bit, and yeah, every time we get off the boat, my tackle bag's a little lighter. So, yeah, watch out for Lukey.